My name is Dennis Jarvis, and this is the 6th lecture in the DIY Management Consultancy and Auditing series. Stating the obvious, it is best that companies continually carry out regular annual assessment of all company operations to ensure that they are working efficiently and cost effectively. Unfortunately, many companies leave it until they start making a loss. When that happens, you need to discover what area of operations is causing the loss. There are many areas that can affect company profits, and I've already presented lectures on accounts, marketing and sales, buying, stock control, and communications. Today, we're looking at production planning and control, because full control of all company operations, from receipt of sales projections to completion of finished product, will ensure that you make a quality product efficiently and cost effectively. Whatever production processes a company is using, it is necessary to plan the most effective use of plant and machinery. To enable you to fully assess operations, it is necessary for you to understand the basics of how production planning and control works. So we will first look at what should be happening, followed by a complete set of checklists on slides 14 to 25 that should enable you to carry out a full assessment. This slide shows a general range of product types. All need planning and control. So, whatever you produce, you need to check the current production operations as set out on the following slides. Plant and machinery will vary according to the type of product you're making. But in all cases, you need the information on this slide. So you need to check that all this information is correct and the target date for the product to be available is achievable. Sometimes sales departments offer unrealistic delivery dates, and at other times materials have longer lead times than expected. All the information on this slide must be available for planners to ensure that quality tests are incorporated into the production schedule. To enable accurate planning, you need to ensure that material lead times are correct, production equipment and machinery is available, and speeds and feeds for machines are correct. You should check if there are any bottlenecks in the production process and that times allowed are accurate for all manufacturing processes and quality control checks. Material requirements planning, coupled with capacity requirements planning, is an essential part of ensuring that target dates for delivery to customer is realistic. Production control principles are applicable to all types of manufacturing processes. For example, engineering, chemicals, food products, etc., to ensure products flow seamlessly through all the necessary production processes to completion of the finished product. The list on this slide must include all materials and purchased parts needed to make the product. The details will normally be prepared by a computerized materials requirements planning program. It is essential that the correct information on this slide has been entered into the computer program. Otherwise, it's GIGO, garbage in and garbage out. Prior to starting a production run, you have to ensure all raw materials and purchased parts will be available when they're needed to meet the production schedule. The flowchart shows the process for ordering and confirming all raw materials and purchased parts have been received and passed quality control and inspection and testing. Production control is kept informed at all stages and records progress against a computerized chart based on the planned schedule. Production control must ensure that all the buying requisitions are issued in good time for delivery to meet the scheduled production start date and have a clear specification for the material or product needed and quantity required. Production control converts all the details in the manufacturing schedule into clear instructions for all processes involved and records progress on a computerized chart based on planned schedule using information at each stage of the manufacturing process. The chart is busy because production control is always at the center, ensuring that any production problems are speedily resolved and finished products arrive in dispatch area on time. The manufacturing schedule will have been prepared using the results of materials and capacity requirements planning. It then becomes the responsibility of production control and manufacturing operations to work together and ensure products are completed on time. Quality control is essential, and although we have only looked at it briefly on previous slides, it actually takes place at several stages during the manufacturing process, from individual components to completion of the finished product. Poor quality has serious effect on business operations. For example, the Boeing plane that was grounded after fatal crashes because apparently the anti-stall system was not working properly, and the many car complaints that you see. Poor quality can result at best with customer complaints and at worst with personal injury claims. To carry out a full assessment, you need to work your way through the various activities on checklists 1 to 12. This slide shows you a checklist for assessing how production planning and control fits into company operations, its individual organizational structure and staff responsibilities. You need to talk to each staff member about their work and whether they can recommend any improvements. You need to assess current operating procedures and systems and communications methods to confirm they clearly follow the paths necessary to ensure that all necessary information is passed to everyone who needs it. You need to check that all the information on this slide is available and the details are correct. You need to check that there is a complete plant and machinery register, and it contains accurate information for each machine and all equipment used in manufacturing and installation operations. You need to ensure that accurate specifications for special parts were sent to the contractor for quotations during the original selection process, and that the specification has not been changed since. You need to check that sales have based their information on actual customer orders or a combination of orders and projections based on market research and realistic delivery dates. You need to check that all the information on this slide is accurate and delivery will be in time to meet production start date. This slide shows the general information needed for each component part used in the product. Check that all the information is available and the correct amount of time is allowed for each operation. Also, check if there are any bottlenecks and confirm if there is any allowance for emergencies. Check that all the information is correct and available, and that the correct amount of time is allowed for each process. Assuming all assemblies and finishing processes are complete, you need to ensure that all the necessary quality inspection and tests are carried out to the exact specification of the product, including functionality. Check that all products are suitably packed and loaded onto safe transport in a way that will protect them from any damage in transit. Ensure all products and equipment needed for the installation are delivered at the same time. It's worth making an unexpected visit to a site where installation is in process to ensure necessary staff, products and equipment are there and working efficiently. If improvements are necessary, it is important that you select suitable staff to carry out an implementation program with target dates for each stage and completion of project. Remember, only make necessary changes. If your company has achieved the results shown on this slide, together with accurate market research and sales promotion activities, success is guaranteed. Give a little, give a lot, give whatever you've got. Every penny helps. Hope you found this lecture informative and useful. Keep well, keep safe. Bye for now.